You feel it, don't you? That heavyweight starting to settle over South Philly. Something is shifting in the atmosphere, and for every real fan who bleeds green, this is the moment we've been waiting for. The Super Bowl window is wide open, but the path just got a whole lot more intense. We need to talk about what's coming because the stakes just hit a different level. Before we dive into the heart of this, hit that like and subscribe. Join the faithful right now because this journey is about to get real. Something very big is happening now. It's officially out, or at least the foundation of our entire season just slammed into place. We've known the opponents for a while, but the way this calendar is shaping up feels different this time. The headline that has everyone's heart racing is the return to a tradition we haven't tasted in a decade. On Thanksgiving Day, under the brightest lights imaginable, the Philadelphia Eagles are heading into the Lions' den to face the Dallas Cowboys. This isn't just another game on the schedule. It's a Week 12 collision that could define the entire trajectory of the NFC East. Think about the pressure of that 4:30 p.m. slot on Fox. Millions watching, the entire world focused on one rivalry, and our season hanging in the balance. We haven't played on Thanksgiving since 2015, and honestly, the timing of this feels like a message from the league. They know where the power lies. They know that a late November showdown in Big D is exactly where legacies are forged or broken. But here's the thing. While the Thanksgiving game is the massive pillar of this league, the rest of the schedule is starting to reveal a gauntlet that will test the very soul of this roster. We're looking at home games against the Steelers and Rams, and road trips to places like San Francisco that are going to demand every ounce of mental toughness from Jalen Hurts and this coaching staff. It feels like the NFL is daring us to prove we belong at the top. The league suggests a season unlike any other with potential international games and primetime slots that are going to keep us in the spotlight every single week. Now this is where it gets interesting. When you look at the home slate, seeing teams like the Texans and Colts coming to the link, you realize there's no room for error. But the Thanksgiving date? That's the one circled in red ink. It's the second consecutive year we're missing a normal Sunday rotation during that holiday week, following last year's Black Friday experiment. It's a sign that the Eagles are the biggest draw in football, but with that fame comes a target on our backs that only gets bigger with every league date. This is the start of something massive and incredibly significant for us. When you dig deeper into what a Thanksgiving game in Dallas actually does to a team's rhythm, the concerns to set in. We're talking about a short week, high-intensity environment, and the emotional drain of the most heated rivalry in sports. How does Nick Sirianni manage the recovery of his veteran stars when the spotlight is this hot? This block of the schedule isn't just a logistical challenge. It's a psychological one. If the reports are right, and we're facing this gauntlet late in the year, the risk of fatigue becomes a massive factor in our Super Bowl aspirations. There's a certain tension in the air when you realize that our road schedule includes a trip to the 49ers and a visit to the Bears. Those aren't just games. They are physical battles that can leave a team bruised right when they need to be peaking. For a fan who understands this team deeply, you know that the depth of the roster is going to be the real story of 2026. Howie Roseman has built a squad with talent. But can that talent sustain the pressure of a schedule that feels designed to create drama? We're looking at a home list that includes the Seahawks and Panthers. Games that look winnable on paper but become trap games when you have a massive Thanksgiving showdown looming in the background. The uncertainty of the international schedule still hangs over us too. Imagine adding a flight to London or Germany on top of a short week for Dallas. It's the kind of scenario that keeps you up at night. This is where the identity of the team is truly forged. Are we the powerhouse that can handle the travel, the short weeks, and the constant national scrutiny? Or will the weight of these primetime expectations start to create cracks in the foundation? The implication here is that the NFL sees us as the ultimate protagonist, or perhaps the ultimate villain, in their story. Every league date feels like another hurdle placed in front of a team that is desperate to get back to the mountaintop. We have to consider the roster impact of these standalone windows. Players like Saquon Barkley thrive on the big stage. But the physical toll of these high-stakes matchups is a reality we can't ignore. It is a balancing act of glory and survival for this franchise. But this is where things change. This isn't just about one Thursday in November. It's about what that game represents for the hierarchy of the league. When the Eagles and Cowboys meet in a standalone window, the world stops. And that's the biggest question facing Jalen Hurts right now. Can he walk into that hostile environment, on a day synonymous with Dallas tradition, and completely reclaim the narrative for Philadelphia? We have a 6-1 record all-time on Thanksgiving, including 2 wins over the Cowboys in this specific slot. History is on our side, but history doesn't win games in 2026. The tension is building, because this could become something much bigger than a mid-season clash. This could be the game that decides home field advantage in the playoffs. It could be the game that determines who wins the division and who has to fight through the wild card round. The dramatic implications of these leaks are staggering. We are looking at a schedule that might include Christmas week games or late-season Saturday matchups that the league hasn't even finalized yet. The unpredictability of it all is what makes this so nerve-wracking. For the fans, it's excitement, but for the locker room, it's a constant state of adjustment. Every time a new leak drops, the path to the Super Bowl looks slightly different. We have to wonder how the chemistry of this team will hold up under the relentless pressure of the national media. When you play in the 4:30 p.m. Fox slot, every mistake is magnified, every coaching decision is dissected by millions. It creates an atmosphere of what happens next energy that can either galvanize a team or tear it apart. Because this could become something much bigger than just football. It's a test of our culture. We've seen other teams crumble under the weight of a difficult schedule, and the Eagles can't afford to be one of them. The Super Bowl window is only open for so long, and a schedule like this, full of road trips to San Francisco and Arizona, plus the intensity of the NFC East, is the ultimate gauntlet. We are witnessing the roadmap for our next great run, but it is a map filled with many dangerous landmines for us. I'm going to be honest with you all, this actually worries me a little bit, but in the best way possible. I really like this move by the league to put us back on Thanksgiving because it shows exactly where the Philadelphia Eagles stand in the hierarchy of the NFL. We are the main event. But as a fan, I think we should pay attention to the weeks leading up to that Dallas trip. If we're coming off a physical battle against the Commanders, or a cross-country flight from a road game, that Thanksgiving matchup becomes a dangerous trap. I'm cautiously optimistic because this team has the veteran leadership to handle it, but I've seen how these short weeks can mess with a team's rhythm. I think it's incredible for the fans to finally have that holiday tradition back, and there's nothing better than beating Dallas while everyone is finishing their dinner, but the toll it takes on the players is real. This could be incredible seeing Jalen Hurts silence that crowd in Texas, or this could become a problem if we aren't healthy by week 12. I really believe this schedule is a sign that the front office needs to be aggressive. We need the depth to survive these road stretches against the Bears and Jaguars. I'm looking at this home slate, Giants, Commanders, Panthers, Texans, and I see a path to a high seed, but only if we handle the business in those primetime windows. It's a mix of hope and concern. You want the glory of the big stage, but you also want your guys fresh for a January run. I really think we're going to see a different version of this team in 2026, one that is more hardened by the schedule. The leaks are giving us a glimpse of a season that will be a total roller coaster. It's the kind of schedule that keeps you on the edge of your seat from the first kickoff until the final whistle. I'm excited, I'm nervous, and I'm ready to see this team prove the doubters wrong again. We've always thrived when the world is watching, and there is no bigger stage than what we are seeing in these reports today. The story of the 2026 season is only just beginning to be written, and these leaks are the first few chapters of what promises to be an epic saga. The road to the Super Bowl is officially coming into focus, and it's paved with some of the most intense matchups we've seen in years. That Thanksgiving showdown in Dallas is just the tip of the iceberg. There's still so much we do not know, like potential international destinations, the final flex scheduling, and how the late-season Saturday games will shake out. The future is uncertain, and that's exactly what makes being an Eagles fan so incredible and so stressful all at once. Something bigger is still coming. You can feel it in the way these reports are surfacing. This team is being positioned for greatness, but the price of that greatness is a schedule that demands perfection. I want to hear from you in the comments. How do you feel about the Thanksgiving return? Does the road schedule worry you as much as it worries me? Drop your thoughts below because we need to talk about this as a community. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to stay locked in as more of the schedule drops throughout the week. This is our year, and the journey is just starting. Stay loud, stay proud, and let's get ready for a 2026 season we will never forget. Go Birds! We are ready now.